What if I told you a lake could kill nearly 2,000 people in less than 20 minutes without a single explosion, without a single drop of blood, and without anyone even hearing it happen? This isn't science fiction. This is a real place, and it still exists today. Stay till the end, because the way scientists stopped this from happening again is one of the strangest engineering stories on Earth. Welcome to Lake Nyos, a small crater lake tucked into the hills of Cameroon, in West Africa. It looks peaceful. Deep blue water, green slopes, farming villages scattered around it. Families raised cattle here. Children played near the shore. Nothing about it looked dangerous. But Lake Nyos sits directly on top of an old volcano. And deep underground, magma is slowly leaking carbon dioxide gas into the water above it. On the night of August 21, 1986, something in that lake shifted. Scientists believe a landslide or possibly a small earthquake disturbed the deep water. And that disturbance triggered something called a limnic eruption. In an instant, the lake released an enormous cloud of carbon dioxide gas, nearly 1.6 million tons of it, shooting more than 300 feet into the air, then rolling downhill like a silent, invisible flood. By morning, an estimated 1,700 people were dead. Entire villages were wiped out. Survivors described waking up feeling weak and confused, only to find their neighbors and even their own family members had not woken up at all. Livestock died too. More than 3,000 cattle were found dead across the hillsides. The gas cloud had traveled over 15 miles, silently suffocating everything in its path, because at high concentrations, carbon dioxide simply pushes the oxygen away, and a person can lose consciousness in seconds without ever smelling or seeing a threat. There was no warning. No smoke. No sound. Just a quiet, invisible wave of gas rolling through the dark. Here's the science behind it. Underground volcanic activity constantly feeds carbon dioxide into the deepest layers of the lake. Normally, this gas stays dissolved because deep water is under intense pressure, kind of like how a sealed soda bottle keeps its fizz trapped inside. But if that deep water gets disturbed by a landslide, a storm, or even just enough gas building up over the years, the pressure balance breaks. And just like shaking a soda bottle and popping the cap, all that trapped gas escapes at once in a massive eruption. Lake Nyos wasn't the first time this happened either. 2 years earlier, in 1984, a similar disaster at nearby Lake Nyos killed 37 people. Scientists realized this wasn't a one-time freak accident. It was a pattern, and it could happen again. So how do you defuse a lake? Engineers came up with a surprisingly simple solution: degassing pipes. A long pipe is inserted vertically into the lake, reaching down into the gas-saturated deep water. Once triggered, water from the bottom shoots up through the pipe like a fountain, releasing the trapped carbon dioxide gradually and safely into the atmosphere in small harmless amounts, instead of letting it build up for another catastrophic release. The first pipe was installed in Lake Nyos in 2001. By 2011, several more pipes were added to speed up the process. Today, the lake is considered much safer than it was in 1986, though scientists still monitor it closely. Lake Nyos is one of only 3 known, exploding lakes on the entire planet. The other 2 are Lake Nyos, right nearby, and Lake Kivu, a massive lake on the border of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, one that holds far more trapped gas than Nyos ever did, and sits near a population of millions. That's part of why this story matters. It's not just a strange historical tragedy. It's a reminder that some of the most dangerous forces on Earth aren't loud volcanoes or raging storms. Sometimes they're silent, sitting quietly beneath calm blue water, waiting. Lake Nyos still exists today, and people still live near it. Scientists continue watching it closely, making sure history doesn't repeat itself. If this blew your mind, hit subscribe, because on this channel, we bring you the strangest, most fascinating facts from every corner of the world, every single week. I'll see you in the next one. Follow Turbo Facts USA.